Well, I am so sorry about that. I can't even blame the dumb blonde thing. I don't understand why it doesn't work for me, but I always put it in horizontal, and somehow when it's been scheduled, it goes into a vertical mode, and so I'm so sorry. So we are actually sailing right now. Are we in North Carolina or South Carolina at this point?
North Carolina.
So we are in North Carolina. We left Beaufort this morning about 6:30 in the morning, right at sunrise, dawn. And we have been pretty much sailing since about when we put the sails up, which was right after we got out of the channel. So, pretty, what are we on now? Let's here, go ahead and turn it around.
We're doing reasonably well, 7.6, 7.5. The wind's all over the place there. We're seeing 8.4 knots. And the wind goes up, it goes down, but still doing pretty well. It's pretty much on the beam or a little bit forward of the beam. The true wind is aft, but we're pushing it forward. To give you an idea of where we are, we're right there. So looks like we're maybe a quarter of the way up to Frying Pan Shoals, or maybe a third, something like that. Our friends down there on Atlas, there's a little green triangle next to us, and they're a little hard to see, but they are the little sailboat that is out there on the horizon, right in the sun. So
It's not really little, it
yeah.
just looks little.
Yeah, well, it looks like. So that's pretty sweet. Conditions out here, let's see. So it's a little bumpy, you can kind of hear the banging. That's because the waves are pretty much on the beam, almost directly on the beam, maybe slightly forward, but cheapers. So what we get is a wave will get underneath the windward hull and then hit the inside of the leeward hull and just slam it, and that's what you get with this slamming. It's not the end of the world, just unnerving. Stephen said hi. So hi, Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
And so I'm glad you guys made it back for the live stream. It was great. So we were, it was about half an hour ago, I was sitting up here doing some stuff and I heard we had fish on. So I went down and boy, it just about burned up the drag trying to get that thing to slow down. And it took me a while to bring it in close enough to where I could actually see it. And it was a very nice tuna is what it looked like.
Yeah.
But I lost it maybe 10 feet off the stern, which is pretty common. I couldn't really slow the boat down because we're sailing and I just didn't want to throw the sails and all that. So it was, it's this sort of a thing. But look at nice fish. We do have we do have the line out again. So maybe we'll catch something again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
We
pretty
have
cool.
our 10-day fishing license, so we have 6 more days that we can use it for.
Yeah. Well, we have to catch something for it to be a thing.
Yeah.
So,
right. Yeah.
other than that, really not that much to report. We got off the dock this morning at about 6:30, as Heidi said, right at daybreak. We had to pull out of our slip. We're in a little corral, and had to pull out of our little slip in our corral against current and against the wind blowing us onto the side. But the guy next to us came out.
It was very nice, Ryan.
Ryan
Yeah,
was very
Ryan
helpful.
came out and helped us.
So Ryan, if you ever see this, thank you so much for all your help.
Right, yeah.
And he helped us. We didn't even mock the boat.
No.
And there were a bunch of boats in the anchorage. It was pretty full, actually. I think it was full. And some of those boats were sitting in the channel. In fact, 3 or 4 of them were sitting in the channel, which was kind of a thing. So I had to come out and kind of do a U-turn, and you've got this big, huge, big cruise boat ahead of you. You don't want to hit. Then as I'm rounding the corner, that's a gunboat. So probably a bad thing if you hit that boat. And then there were all the ones sitting in the
They were actually
channel.
almost sticking out a bit.
Yeah, gunboats are ginormous. They're huge, and so it was very wide and very big. And so, be careful from the pirates. Yeah, well, there are no pirates here in North Carolina. which is good. So we're good. I think we're good with the pirates here. But the big news for today is that we are actually sailing, and have been sailing for hours.
Yeah, and no engines on.
No,
so
no. We're not motor sailing at all. We're real life sailboat today.
Right.
Every once in a while, we try that.
Franny says that we're a motorboat with sails or floating home.
Yeah.
With motors and sails, but right now we're actually a true sailboat.
Yep. You can hear the squeakiness of the lines and stuff. I think they might be a little dirty.
Yeah, and sometimes
squeaking down there. I'll have to put things on
it
there.
sounds really loud inside.
Yeah, it's super loud. It's the. I'll show you what it is. It's this. So it's sort of squeaking through this lock, and then also on this this guy right here, which is a zero friction ring, basically is what that is. But it's kind of squeaking inside the jammer. So I can fix that. All I have to do is just close the jammer, and then come over here where the line is tied up, and just ever so lightly, there you go, just let a little bit of the tension out, and now the jammer is holding it, which is fine. But the problem with that is that that's a working line. So that's our port working jib sheet, and it's really never supposed to be locked off. Dr. Jen would always give us a hard time if we locked off the actual sheet. In fact, and I've got our main sheet locked off too. That's bad. So it should actually not be locked off, so that you can adjust the sails at will and not have to worry about it. But for some reason, that jammer and the line running through it, the sheet running through it, I suppose, it's just really squeaky. I don't know why it's so squeaky, so we'll have to figure that out. In fact, I've got to give this to Heidi because I need to pull in the sail over.
All right. So I'm going to turn this around. Oh, wait. Well, we can watch Franny. How's that? What I'd like to talk about is how cold it is. As you can see, Franny is wearing her serious weather gear. This morning it was like 30 degrees in
It's like 36.
36 in North Carolina. So the boat was cold, definitely cold outside. We had the wind blowing, so a bit of a wind chill factor. And so we are,
That's pretty good.
we have a bunch of layers of clothing. Franny, you want to talk about all your layers of clothes?
Yeah. That's a little hard to see here, but I've got, then this is embarrassing, but I'll mention it to you anyways.
No, there's nothing embarrassing about it.
These are my PJs.
Right.
So I have long PJs, and then I just climb out of bed, and then on top of my PJs go turtleneck,
Right.
which is this guy. Then on top of the turtleneck, I've got this. This is a vest. It's a heated vest with a battery.
Yep.
And then I've got my Irish wool sweater, which I really like. And then on top of that is my big, huge coat. And that's that up top, down below is basically the same sort of thing. These are electric socks. They have a little battery on the side of them
And
here.
they don't work worth shit, right?
Yeah, they're not very good. They also fall down all the time. They're kind of like tube socks, which are taking kind of work with. But I also have my pantaloons on here as well. Those are my PJs.
PJs.
Yep. And then these pants are also electric pants.
Yes.
So they're heated. So I've got 4 heated things on right now.
Yeah.
I've got batteries out of them because they had to recharge. But they were great this morning when it was so stupid cold out. And it's not bad now. It's probably what, here, I'll tell you what it is. Let's see. So,
So, let's look at the sea state while she's doing that.
sail needs to be let out a little bit. Okay.
Do that first.
Let's see. So temperatures here are 48 degrees in the cockpit. So that's just right over there.
Yep.
The engine bay is, this is the port engine bay at 74. That's because the electronics are in there, all the batteries and such. Then on the starboard, 69 degrees, and then the salon is 67. It's actually warmer in the engine bay than it is inside.
Yeah.
But Heidi had the heat going for a little bit.
And how come I had the heat going, Franny?
Because she could.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. So I just told her, I said, yeah, if you get cold, just turn on the heat. We can do that. We don't have to turn on the generator anymore. We used to have to do that. We don't.
Yeah.
So right now, let's see what we got here. So on the portal, we're charging with over 1,000 watts of solar, which is great. It's a nice sunny day, and the solar's killing it today. Although the sun is a little bit far forward, but doing pretty well. I think, yeah, judging from the panels back there, one of them is shaded. So you see that to your left.
That one's shaded.
Yeah, that
But
one's
everything
shaded.
else is not.
Yeah, they're doing pretty
can
well
see.
actually. It's
Yeah.
just a very tangential light.
They're
It's
also
not,
kind of dirty, aren't they?
yeah, they got a little schmutzy, but they're not. The light isn't coming directly down on top of them. It's at quite an angle, so it's not bad at 1,000 watts, and that's going into the batteries. Heidi had run them down a little bit, running the air conditioning, but they are currently charging at 16 amps. So
I'm not sure if the heat's still on. I should probably go turn that off if it is.
and that the DC loads are going to be a little higher because we've got all the navigation equipment running and the autopilot and everything else. And the solar is taking up that. And then the AC loads would be...
Sorry, I'm trying to... Can you point your phone a little bit closer to
Oh, like that?
Yeah. Better, thank you.
I'm not sure well, we can check. Let's see what the AC loads actually are. So I have this little guy, which is Emporia. And it has those little clamps that you put on all the wires in the back of your AC panel. And so it looks at our total usage. And then, that might be old. Whoops. Here, let me just close it. Because you don't have the heat on, do you?
I might. Yeah. Let me go check.
Nope, doesn't look like it.
Really?
Okay,
Don't
yeah,
remember.
so total usage is 128 watts. And Starlink is pulling 90, which is 68% of that. And then we have various outlets and things going and pretty much nothing after that. So not a lot going out. Mostly Starlink, it looks like.
Which we're streaming right now, so...
Yeah, that's part of it.
part of it.
Yeah, and it's helping to warm up the salon because
Yeah.
it runs so hot. You know, that's nice. It's nice that it does that. So, yeah, at any rate.
So yeah, check out these waves. Yeah, check those out. They're
Well,
a little large.
Yeah, you're
probably
looking...
like 1 meter at least. I don't know if you can really tell.
You can kind of see the sets as they come in. You know, it doesn't look like much, but then they kind of gang up on you and they kind of get all intense and all mouthy. There's a kind of a big one right there.
There's a big one, and it'll probably move our boat from side to side.
But we may get past it. It's weird. You just have to wait because it's all a game of chance. So after a while, one or two of these things is in the right place at the right time.
Like this
So-
one coming.
And we slowed down a bit. We're now at 5 knots because our wind slowed down, and it looks like it went up. So, yeah, I need to pull in the Genoa again.
No, we will watch you.
When the wind's all shifty like this, it's a lot of adjustments on the tail. Yep, that's all I really needed. They're both telltales. Let me show the telltales. So the telltales are doing really well up there. You can see them up there. Let's see. Whoa. There they are. They're doing pretty good. That's what I expect to see, is the inside and the outside both trailing back. See how that, it's not perfect though. Whoa, it's also out of focus. It's not perfect. The ones on the top kind of freak out a little bit. Oh. There we go. That's better. So, anyway, it keeps trying to focus on the water spots on the window, and that's because we have had quite a bit of salt spray and stuff over the bow of the boat. The main is doing main things. We have one reef in because we were seeing pretty high winds before. We could shake that reef, I suppose, but I don't see the point really. I don't know. Take a look at the sail and you tell me how it's tuned. And you tell me if you think it's tuned properly or not. The leading edge, you can see the luff of the sail, as it's called, looks to be pointed almost, what, maybe 30, 40 degrees, something like that. I mean, it looks like a beautiful curve to me. We've got the Traveler here. You want to see it back behind Heidi there. There's the Traveler, and so it's to windward. And the boom is roughly, difficult to see. The boom up here is just a little bit to lee. So just a little bit past center. And you can kind of see the angle of the main sheet coming down to the Traveler. I'm not sure if that's right or not. I don't know if I've got that right, or if I should have it tuned differently. It looks fine. It's not flipping and fluttering all over the place, so looks fine. The luff and the leech seem good. The leech isn't fluttering at all, so I guess it's good. And I can hear that wind just kicked up,
Yeah,
didn't
we're
it?
almost at 20 knots now.
Yeah, and so that's the other problem is that, you know, the wind keeps changing all over the place. So now it's at 18, apparent is 18, 17, 18, and moving forward.
Look at our speed over ground.
And
It was just a second ago, almost 8 knots.
yeah, and then we've seen up to nine, high nines even. So it's hard, and see the wind's already fallen off a bit. True wind speed back down to 12. So I don't know. But yeah, let me know if you think I should. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I just want to see it. So if you're motoring, then no, we're not motor sailing. We continue sails or trust the telltales. Main. But if you move the car under the boom, you take some of the top twist out. Okay. All right. I lost it.
Okay, let me
Can you read it for me?
Yep. Not a criticism on the tune of the main, but if you move the car under the boom, you take some of the top twist out, but I personally let it ride. You're cruising cruising, not racing,
Yeah.
right?
We're doing 8 knots now. So 7.9, 8 knots. So the twist at the top is not appropriate for this wind speed. I can fix that. I mean, I can move the Traveler out a little bit and pull down on the main sheet. Let's try that. I'm gonna do it. Give it a try. Why not? So that'll be easy though. We can actually. All right. So the Traveler's going to want to move that way anyway, support. So let's let it do its thing. Okay. All right. So I'll just ease this. Okay.
Oh.
Well, you got to see me do that backwards. This is the port. Oh, the starboard keeps it from moving port, and the port keeps it from moving starboard. So I got that backwards.
There's a dyslexia kicking in there.
No, it's just I totally got it backwards. So anyway, well, we need to move it back anyway. So we need to move it to starboard. So, oops, a doodles. Okay. Well, there you go. See? That's why we do this. We try to figure it out. That's what we're doing. All right. I'm going to put this on the electric one. It should take me an hour. Hold up.
What does Franny hate? Franny hates performance, right?
I don't like performance. I'd rather do presentations than
Right.
performance. Because I get
Presentation
things
is a
backed up.
YouTube video. A live stream is performance.
Yes. That's very true.
Franny does not enjoy performance. Puts her on the spot.
Well, I have trouble thinking through the reading the road map.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's move this bad boy back. So I have on here, I have marked my my Traveler sheets here, Traveler lines, and there's one there on the starboard, and this is the port. And
Right.
when they're lined up, then I know the traveler's in the center.
Right.
So there they are,
Lined up.
basically lined up.
Okay.
So now I know the traveler's in the center.
So there's the
Great.
trav. So yep,
So,
lined up.
all right. Okay, now we can take our main sheet and hunker that bad boy down a little bit. We're going to pull some of the twist out. As Sam is saying. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. I'll undo it. Alright, that pulled quite a bit of twist out of it actually.
All right. Do you want to? I can't
7.1?
see it from here.
Okay, so
So
there we go. Alright, so that's quite a bit of twist pulled out of it, I think, actually. Maybe we can even pull a little more. I'm seeing some luffage up there. Anyways, oh. There. That's pretty tight. That's about as tight as it's going to get, I think. That's awfully tight, actually. So that's kind of that, I think.
we're at 7.8.
So, 7.8. Okay.
60
Look
knots.
at that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's better. 8.2, 8.1, 8.3. Alright, and how's that sail doing? Could be better. Could be better.
Whee!
Alright, let's move you back over to the water. Got a wrench here. This is our main sheet. Load back up the general sheet.
Chris Donner says, awesome to see you two in action. And looks like Sam is on. Oh, wait. No, Sam was the one that said the other comment about your cruising, not racing.
No, they're perfect now. So that's the thing. In the time it took me to kind of get everything all loaded up, now the telltales are both going straight back, both sides. That's what the wind is doing. It's so shifty today. It's really difficult to deal with. So, all right, how are we doing? 7.9, 7.8. All right. I have to say Sam was right about that.
Yep.
Yep. Well, thank you, Sam. That was great. So that's really helpful. That's all I want to know. I'm not, you know, the sail shape, the wind speed, and then the angle of attack basically is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
that's your point of sail. On the sail is all sort of still something I need to experience and need to understand a bit more. And we've done so little actual sailing. It seems like we're always head to wind. So it's great to take these opportunities, and that's why I'm really happy if anyone can just tell me what they think.
Well, Sam said the entire crew are chatting. Hold on. Chatting about your sail plan, and then everybody is going woohoo.
Oh. Okay, well, good. Well, it looks like the main looks happier.
Oh man, temperature dropped, or did it? It feels cold all of a sudden.
I guess I could even pull the Traveler slightly to windward as well if I need to. There's still a little bit of flutter up there.
You want to show it?
Yeah. There's still a teeny bit of flutterage up there. You see that up there? One of the panels up there, the one below the FP panel, is fluttering a little bit. It's not crazy, but it's fluttering a little bit. Don't mind that reef number 3 line. It's crazy today. It's been crazy.
We still have reef one in because we need one if we don't.
Yeah. So I don't know. You can see it. It's blanketed up against the oh, this is why I don't like the horn. Whatever.
Gentlemen?
What's our wind doing now? 21 knots. We're doing 8, 7, 9, 8.
Richard Bartlett's on. He said that you're really in your element.
7.8, 7.9,
Wow,
8.1,
man.
8.2, 8.3, 8.4, 8.6.
Yeah, we're cruising.
So our estimated arrival time's like 8:30 in the morning. we're hoping to get there by 3 in the afternoon.
Right. It's not gonna always be
Yeah,
like
we're not
this.
we're not gonna be motoring tonight, you know, when there's no wind at 8 knots. So I think that's
No.
hilarious. But we've got it now, so yeah, we're booking.
Yeah.
And we have to keep up with Atlas because they're kicking our butt over there.
Yeah, they're way over there. You could kind of see them.
And they know more about sailing than we do, for sure. So well,
They're in a
hard.
monohull. Yep.
They're in a real
Woo.
sailboat. We're just moving our condo from one place to another. So,
Well, we're probably going to wrap it up at this point.
yeah.
It's time for us to do a shift change. I need to be at the helm, and Granny needs to take a break. She's been at the helm for
All morning.
all morning.
That'd
all
be great,
morning.
too.
So,
It's a little
she's-
nutty. You think you can do it with all the sails up and all the craziness that's going on?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. So, yeah, wow, we're booking now. So we're back up to, look at this, you guys, check this out. So 21 knots, 19 knots or whatever, 8.3, 8.2, 7.6, slow down a little bit. What, 7.1, 19, all that.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that,
Yeah.
speaking of that bus, and then we'll let you go. So the radio now sounds clean, and we can hear people on it, and there's a reason for that. And the other reason is the other problem was that if you went on marine traffic or whatever, you couldn't find us. You
Yeah.
know, it just we weren't
It
transmitting
feels
with any
yes
real
now.
strength at all. And so yesterday I went and pulled the antenna wire that's going into our AIS, and it goes from the AIS and then splits off and goes into the VHF, which is the way Garmin sets it up. Fine, cool, whatever. At any rate, I pulled that plug off, and it's a plug I think that I installed. If I remember correctly, when I ordered this wire, it had a plug on one end and no plug on the other. And then it went down through the mast, so it was hooked into the antenna, down all the way down through the mast, then over and behind the chart plotter where the AIS is. Fine. And then so I had to put a connector on it. I bought the right connectors and everything, and I think I did a kind of a crummy job. So
Holy cow, look at our speed.
yeah, 8 point.
We
Yeah,
went over
yeah,
9 knots now.
yeah, 9 knots. Check that out, 9 knots. All right, I got it documented. That was 9 knots. For a second, we got it documented.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 8.2, 8.4, 8.7, 8.9, 1. Woo! 8.9. We're booking. On what kind of wind are we looking at? Not much. 17. Must be right on the beam because the parent and the true are really similar. So, yeah, doing well. Anyway, so what I did was I pulled that connector and took a good look at it, and I think the wire was loose inside the center pin. So I cranked up my soldering iron and just resoldered it on there, and I think it made a huge difference. It's still not perfect. I don't think marine traffic will pick us up where we are right now. Last time I checked, it said we were out of date for like an hour and a half or something, which is okay, I guess. We are a little ways offshore. It's quite a ways to shore, and if they're gonna standard test in Texas, not easy.
What did
So,
you say about soldering?
just soldering it without messing it up. Anywho, I think it's working much better, and probably more important. Well, just as important, I suppose, is that the VHF is working better too.
Yeah.
It's so much cleaner.
So frustrating because Granny would be like, "Are you pushing the button down?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pushing
Yeah,
it down."
nobody would ever hear us.
Yeah,
It was the
and
thing,
then,
and
you know.
we can only hear the Coast Guard if they're 5 feet away. So, yeah, because our friends over on Atlas would say, "Oh, dude, there's too much chatter on 72. Do you want to go to 71?" I'm like,
We
really?
haven't heard any chatter.
Did
Yeah,
Really?
we hadn't heard any.
Quiet as a church mouse. Yeah, that's why. So, anyhow,
Hilarious.
it seems to be working and it seems to be doing its thing. So that's a big improvement, something I wanted to fix and get
Yeah, well,
to. So.
thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks
Yeah,
so much.
I hope you guys all had a happy Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah.
You're enjoying your holiday weekend.
Yeah.
And we'll check in maybe tomorrow. It depends on what's going on, but we could potentially do another live stream tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. It's supposed to be super calm and super chill, and we'll just be motoring on flat seas. That's what we ordered.
Yeah.
And
We
so
can tell jokes.
we,
right?
yeah, I think.
I have
That's
like
what
one
we were-
joke that I know.
You want to tell a joke?
Now or tomorrow?
Oh, you say tomorrow. Oh, yeah, save it
Tomorrow.
for
I'll
tomorrow.
tell jokes. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
have one.
Yeah. When turning radio strength, the length of the wire and the length of the antenna needs to be considered. Yeah, I know, and it's a thing. And so also is the impedance of everything. It all needs to be the same, whether it's 75 ohms or whatever. And I don't know if that's entirely the case or not. So that remains to be seen. So I need to spend some more time with it, but it's pretty good. It's probably 2/3 of what it should be. Before it was like 1/4 at best, if that. So definitely an improvement. So it might be a bad connection up at the antenna. I think the antenna up top is crap, to be honest. I think it's just a junky whip antenna. It's just not a very good antenna. So I think probably what I should do is replace the antenna at the top.
Maybe. Again.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah.
So, anywho. All right, well, okay, they do this all the time. Okay, great, I will. I'll talk to CB radio people. Okay, everybody, well, have a great afternoon.
Yep.
And we hopefully, maybe we can look up tomorrow, because we've got an overnight, and then into tomorrow we hope to get in.
Make sure that we're not just little icicles tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll just be frozen solid up here, I think, because it's definitely cold, for sure.
Yeah, we are very thankful that our enclosure is done.
Yeah. Oh, we got,
For
you know what
sure.
got cold? Where's the sun? It's been blanketed by the sail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any sun in here now.
And where
we're-
are we stopping?
We're stopping
Charleston.
tomorrow at Charleston, so
Yep.
we'll be on the mega dock for at least a few days, maybe as much as a week.
Yep, come visit us if you're in town.
Yeah, if you're in Charleston, let us know
Yep.
where we'll be.
Yep.
So we'll hope to get in about 3 p.m. ish, hopefully, because this crazy that this thing is predicting is absolutely wrong, because we can't keep up 8.5, 9 knots. But 3 o'clock is what we're looking for, and for those of you who've been to Charleston before via the inlet, you get to it, you get to the breakers on the outside, you think, oh man, this is awesome, we're almost there. And then it's like another hour before you get to where you're going, and you're like, oh my god.
Well, at least the Michigan will not be there this
Yeah,
time.
well, hopefully. So yeah, we had all that drama last time. But yeah, it takes forever to get through the inlet, but that's okay. It'll be fun. So, oh, you're retiring again. So Sam's retiring again. Well, I hope that works out for you,
Yeah.
Sam. Hope you can make it stick this time.
Retirement's fun.
It is. It's better than working. Say that. I think everybody told me that. They said, whatever you do in retirement, it's definitely better than working.
Right,
So,
right.
all right. Well, everybody have a great rest of the day.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
And we'll talk to you again soon. So safe travels.
Bye.
Bye.